We're back. Hi, guys.
All that in and out.
Welcome to another episode of How Do We Get Out of This? I'm kidding.
Can't.
Welcome to another episode
We
of The Silly and the
can't.
Serious. I'm your host, Mr. J. This is
Shammy.
with the ShamWow hands as usual.
As usual.
Lots been going on in the world. We're going to talk about all of that in another episode.
Baby, because it's too much for the too much.
Too much for the too much.
Seriously.
I don't know what that
What that means, they know what it means.
Right.
It's just too fucking much.
Well, there goes the monetization. First F-bomb of the episode. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about us. And by us, I mean our folk. Kinfolk with the skin folk. Blackness. As some of you know, Juneteenth is on Thursday, which is when this episode's out. So happy Juneteenth.
Yes.
If we're still allowed to
celebrate
it. I don't know if we are, but we'll see. As for those who don't know, Juneteenth was celebrated because it's the last day where the final slaves were notified that
they were no longer slaves because they didn't have social media. So
yeah, we couldn't just text, "Hey, bro, you're free."
Cousin Pete let them know because he came from somewhere else and visited and saw. So
right. We'll get into the whole thing about the slaves being free in another episode. That's some
deep stuff, and we want to try to keep it positive today.
Right.
Keep it happy. Keep it silly. We might dip into some seriousness because unfortunately it's just who we are. However,
I mean, you can't talk about it without talking about it. But for the most part, we're going to be chill. So with that, I divert to
me.
I see, you black women, you want the equality. You want to be put on the center stage. And then when we do it, now you don't forget I do it.
Let me tell you something. I ain't want no parts of this center stage. But yes, it was my idea to kind of do this episode where we just celebrate everything black.
Everything black. So I'm black, y'all. Black, y'all.
You caught me off guard. I was like,
blackity, black, y'all.
I can't. And so
that's why I'm in all black.
You love black people, and we love ourselves too.
Right.
So with that being said, we want to dip into different things that make things all black and all fun because we are people of joy.
We are.
Even in the
joy, prosperity,
deepest of moments,
ingenuity, resilience,
like a mug,
and I would say, and this is me being nice because margin of error, but 90% of the things we do, create, come up with, is copied, emulated,
yes,
by others, from music, our culture, fashion,
dances.
It's a big thing on TikTok now with black creators creating these dances and
other people taking it over.
Right. And then they get money off of it.
And the person that created it
doesn't get nothing. So we are people who are very much copied. All right. And, they say, when I say imitation is the greatest form of flattery, you kind of put us down and then do it. So it's kind of weird, but go ahead.
Imitation and paying me my monies is the greatest thing.
Right. Right. You can take all you want. Just put the coins in my pocket.
Run me my monies.
Run me my monies. The nail click and everything.
Yes.
I can't do it.
Gotta get the nail click. Run me my money. That's T. All right. Like all my money.
All right.
Anyway, so I wanted to start off with what makes Black people rich, right? And so all things aren't, and as I was just saying, money. It's not always all about the money.
Right.
So in your opinion, what do you feel like makes Black people rich?
I think we're rich in family. I think we are rich in joy and happiness. I think we're rich in community, although, the media likes to paint the picture that we're destroying our communities. And to a degree, I think there's some truth to that somewhat, but there's also reasons behind that.
Right. And I think that's in every culture. I think we're just the ones who get
put the front street
exposure of it all.
Right. You seen a trailer park. Anyway, but I think those three things we're really rich in, especially family. I think us as Black people, we we almost have an unhealthy allegiance to family at times.
Absolutely.
But I think also when we find friends,
right,
and when we make them family, it becomes so much bigger than actual family at times. Like I said, my friends are my family. Like,
right. I mean, being black and like you said with family, I could probably roll up on a cookout that I'm not supposed to be at.
Oh, easy.
And I guarantee you that somebody will just simply think I'm their cousin.
Easy. Let's be honest. How many times we've gone out hundreds of times.
Right.
There's a bunch of times where I've been in pictures with people I don't even know. Remember we was coming from that joint downtown? I was like, oh, I don't want to get you in your picture. And he's like, get in it.
Yes.
And we walked away. He's like, you want to get in that picture? I was like, I do. And I ran back down the picture.
Yeah, I was like, go get in the picture.
I'm in so many people's pictures I don't know. I ended up getting in a family picture when I was trying to go to the bathroom. They said, come on, get in this picture. I'm like, right? So we are very inviting people, which is why we always invite people to the cookout, which I think we've put that on pause. I think that's a consensus we come to.
Yeah. No more inviting people to the cookout just because they can
just because they can emulate.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think that us overly inviting and unfortunately being so welcoming has caused us what majority of us are going through now.
But it's being inviting is so deeply ingrained in us.
It is, because you can't tell me that I'm not everybody's mama.
Right.
I am very much a mama bear.
Let's be honest.
Believe it or not.
If we were throwing the cookout, right, which I plan to do, just don't know the logistics of it yet. We're having a cookout in the park, right? We just doing our thing. Woo.
Yes, because that's cool.
And some white people walk by, and they friendly,
right?
And oh yeah, we gonna be, you want to play?
Right.
That's just who we are. We having a good time. We want you to have a good time. Come join in on us. But that leads to opening up ourselves to wolves in sheep's clothing, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it's something that I don't know we can stop because we are such.
It's embedded in our DNA, and I don't ever want to take that away from who we are, because clearly that came from all the things that we've been through, right? But how do you maintain it in a way where it doesn't breach other things?
Oh, it's simple. Let's keep it cookout vibes, right? You're not invited to cookout no more. Wait outside. I'm gonna make you a plate. I'm gonna get your plate.
Oh, remix style. Keep them outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna get your plate. You can't come in, but you can stand outside and listen. You know, if you want to do a little weird outside, you can't. You're not invited in though. I'll make you a plate. I'm gonna slide it to you. But we can't allow everybody to be so close to us now just because they could sing this rap, they could do this dance. It's like Trojan horsing at this point.
Right. And again, I do feel like we are rich in a lot of things. I think people who have been around a certain demographic of people like to ban the negative on, like you said before, just on one particular group. I've been with people who I work with and they felt like, oh, but sometimes you Black people don't want, y'all don't want the kids to get education. Y'all just want a babysitter. Like, I've heard that out of...
What?
Yeah. So, because there's this...
They walk away with their teeth?
They didn't say it in that way.
Because...
But basically, when it's summed up, that's what was said. And
that's crazy.
Yeah. And so, because, you're always going to run into that mom who needs a break because of whatever else is going on.
But that's just...
But if you can't... Right. But if you can't see through that... Right. And think that it's not that, and think that it's just that, then you too have a problem.
There's not to go too far down this road, but that's because people programmed to think Black people lazy, Black people don't want to do
this. Which is crazy.
The people that built your country on back-breaking labor
for free. It's
lazy.
For free.
That's crazy to me.
but we are rich in family. I mean,
We
I
are rich
think,
family, very rich.
I'm not too sure about too many other cultures. I could see it in the Spanish culture as well,
Oh
but
yeah, Spanish,
but
Italian.
we're the only ones who have a cousin that's not really our cousin, but that's our cousin, and we said it's our cousin, and that's it.
I mean, and we mean that. Like,
Yeah.
you my sister from another mister. Like,
You'll have a neighbor, and basically, when my mom was pregnant, she was pregnant too. Now we cousins.
we cousins.
That's it.
We grew up together. We cousins.
Yeah, and so I think that we have the ability to even create family that's not family. Like, we just
Right.
have that thing that allows people to collectively gravitate towards us, banding together, making family, and that's probably because of the way slavery started.
Right.
People being moved from space to space.
You gotta.
You have to create.
I mean,
family
there was
in
kids
other
separated.
spaces.
You gotta go with somebody that black mom gonna take you and the black dad
Right.
gonna take you. But
So,
which is why I also say we're rich in community because we help raise each other up. There was a point in time where it's like, hey, you did something wrong.
yes.
The neighbor gonna whoop you.
Yes. So
and your parent gonna whoop
right.
you.
So if Shirley was at work all day and I was outside and the neighbor saw me doing things that I had no business doing,
Mm-hmm.
the neighbor was allowed to give me pow pow until my mother came home, and then I probably
finished
would get
the job.
another pow pow.
Yeah. Yeah, because it wasn't, oh, they got you, you good.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Now round two.
Now round two, you better not fight back.
Yeah, don't fight. Just say. And so I just think that we are rich in all of those things because, again, richness doesn't have to necessarily equate to actual
monetary
money.
proprieties. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's nice though.
It's nice. It's nice.
Ain't the monies.
Yes. And
so I did it. The monies.
The monies. Yeah.
I can't. Whatever.
Do like this. Do like this.
Yeah. No.
No. Oh.
No.
Yeah. No.
No.
Hercules.
That's like no. But we're a rich in community. I mean, there are people say we destroy our communities, through drugs and violence. But there's underlying issues with that. But to say that doesn't happen, it does happen. But that happens in everywhere, all communities.
Because currently the predominant people who are now heavy on drugs are
Caucasian persuasion with the opioids. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And look how it's tearing that community apart, meth and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
But even within the negativity of what we do to our communities, you got gangs. Why would the gangs form? To protect the community.
Right.
All right. Black Panthers want to protect the community. Crips, Bloods, Zulu Nation. Protect our community because our community was being violated and ransacked and attacked. So we needed some way to protect ours. Now, then they introduced, the CIA introduced, drugs and crack into some communities and put us against each other. We didn't have to go for it, but we did when you're poor.
Right.
You know. But, like I said, that's for over there. Well, yes, we are rich in community. We are rich in family. We are rich in joy. We are generally a happy people.
And that would lead into more of the culture. Right. And so
our culture is deep and vast.
It is.
It's not one thing. We have our hip hop culture.
Right.
We have our African roots. We have our nerd culture, which is really being put to the forefront nowadays. The blurs, black nerds.
Right.
Been that one.
He's definitely a black nerd.
Since day one. We immerse ourselves in these niches, so to speak, and we do it so well that people take it. Let's be honest. People take it.
They do. I mean, an example, that line dance.
Right.
Boots on the ground.
Right.
Wow.
That's a big thing.
It really is.
That's a big thing. And I do see both sides of the argument, but at the end of the day, there's somebody who is Caucasian making a lot of money off of a dance that this black girl made without giving the kudos. There's not even a nod It's not, oh yeah, guys, check this dance out. She created it.
But I also think that sometimes culturally things just get lost in the sauce because things become so much bigger.
I think they become bigger. And I think back in the day, it was easy to get lost in the sauce because
You don't feel like it's lost in the sauce now.
I think it's too easy to give credit where credit is due now.
Okay. No,
Because,
that's
like I
fair.
said, if I see this, you're on TikTok, you just dance. I want to do it. I could do the dance and just put at the bottom at
Right.
Shamik.
I think what ends up happening, and again, you know, I just started TikTok and things of that nature. If I do the dance and my following is only at 42,
Right.
you see my dance and now you do it and your following is like
200,000.
And now that is what it is.
Right. But now you're following things. You did it when all you had to do was you don't have to say it in your video or nothing. All credit to the creator at Shamik. Now, is everybody going to see that? No, because not everybody's catching. But then people go, oh, let me click on her page. It does not hurt your pockets. All you're doing is giving shine
to
the creator.
Right.
And that's all these creators are asking for. Yo, just give me credit. If you have 200,000 people, and let's just say all 200,000 watch your video, if you give me credit, maybe 10,000 come my way.
Right. It's so crazy how we've went from actual stolen art to actually physically stolen art. It's
and then they'll always, the argument is, oh, you're putting on TikTok as public domain. And I said, I'm not claiming.
Oh, I didn't know that was the argument.
Yeah, but it's
public domain.
I mean, you put it on a public site.
Wow.
But I did dive a little deep into it. If we're going to go talk about that for a couple seconds, this is my suggestion now to you Black creators, you can copyright that dance.
That is true.
You can copyright. I looked into it. As long as it's a series of moves that's not like the waltz, where it's like in a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 type of thing, like that line dance, you can copyright that.
Well, it would never be 1, 2, 3 anyway. You know, Black people run on 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right, but I'm just saying along those terms because there's certain ways like you cannot copyright the waltz.
But I get it, yeah.
But you can copyright your dance steps. So all you got to do now, copyright your joint, have that in your back pocket, put your dance out. When they take your dance and they start making money, copyright infringement. I'm gonna need my coins.
Wow, well,
simple as that.
Make that money, don't let it make you.
Right. And now if you want to continue to use my dance, I'm gonna need a piece of that. Otherwise, cease and desist. But run me some of that money that you made off my dance.
Because that is the American way.
Hey, listen, we're gonna do it. Let's do it, right? So yes, you can copyright your dances. And it don't take much to copyright. All you have to do is film yourself doing the dance. And that's it. Film it on a private thing. Have it. I think you take it to the copyright office.
Right.
Here you go.
And here you go.
Here's your copyright. Yeah, that's a little information for the day. Wow. But like let's shift gears and go to the hip hop culture. That's the big I would say our biggest culture that we have, the hip hop culture, which evolves.
Right. Which is interesting because in the beginning, when you do look up hip hop culture, they really thought that it was gonna kind of be like the disco era.
Oh yeah.
Like that it was gonna end.
Mm-hmm. They thought it was gonna be a sad end.
Right. And I could get why they would have just thought that, right? Because a lot of I could kind of get it because you're in a space where you've seen things pop and then die. Like, you know what I mean?
But I never once would have thought hip hop would have died. I'm talking strictly the music part. Mm-hmm. Because hip hop is 3 pillars,
Right.
Fashion, graffiti, and music.
And music, right. No, you gotta say it again.
Fashion. Mm-hmm. Graffiti. Mm-hmm. And the music.
Just gotta make sure.
And you're gonna throw that forth in there dancing. Just breaking.
Yeah.
Breaking. That's listen, that's Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans are that.
That break dance?
Yeah, that's Puerto Ricans.
Absolutely.
Credit was credit due. credit due. But and we can get the whole thing of history of hip hop is I'm deeply versed in that. But speaking of strictly music, hip hop is based off of the African drum.
That it is.
So I don't think that would have failed within our people, because
No.
it's music speaks to your DNA. I'm convinced of that. Because there's a reason why you can hear a song and you're deep in thought. You start,
Yeah.
you know. So I don't think that would have failed. I think they would have, because they are not of that. They didn't hear the music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying hear the music.
You listen, but you didn't hear.
Right. So to you, it sounds like a bunch of boonga, boonga,
and
boonga.
It sounds like that to a lot of folks. Like,
but to us, when it resonates in you, that's something that's going to continue. And as it has evolved.
Right.
It's evolved past me because I'm not of really too much of the new stuff, but I do understand the beats and I still get into that.
Right.
Now you want to talk about lyrical content and all that. That's where it gets different, but it does not. It's not for me.
The new current lyrical content isn't as lyrical as it should be.
Right. It isn't.
I think hip hop has currently, because as I always say, there are rappers and then there are lyricists.
Right.
We're in the strong rapper era where you're just listening to dance to a beat and, do little pop outs.
If you we're not going to go too deep into that, but that's because it has been tainted. And I'm not talking about the artists. I'm talking about the industries.
I can see that.
And they've gotten their hands into it to where now it is a tool of almost mind control. So remember, we went from fight the power.
Yeah.
To sell drugs.
Right.
To
now you're taking
let's take the drugs.
Which is wild.
Right. So
wow. That's the drug dealer now becoming the fiend.
But in each of those eras, when it was fight the power, what were we doing? Just walk around with our African medallions.
Right.
We was going to college.
And then, a lot of people would say, like, the current rap is just like the way you play video games. It's fantasy.
It's fantasy, right?
Right.
It's fantasy, but it's not billed as fantasy to the youth.
Right.
When I play a game, I know this is not real life. Right. I'm playing a game. But when I see this person where it looks like, oh, he came from where I came from. Look at what he did to do it. I could try and do it too.
I distinctly remember, and I just was having this conversation with my son, and he doesn't remember. Tazi likes all variation of music, but he particularly pays attention to hip hop from like 95 to like 2008.
The golden era.
Yeah, he pays attention to it, and I remember, I think it was 50 Cent's first album,
Get Rich or Die Trying.
And I remember his father, because Tazi was like, and his dad was like, you cannot do any of this shit that you're hearing on this.
Right.
Like, we're not in that era anymore. He made it abundantly clear to him, like, we're not in that era anymore. Like,
it's done for that.
Right. And I think he, of course, my son wasn't going to go there, but I think, like you just said, like, the message of knowing the difference between the fantasy,
right,
it's not
I mean, let's
portrayed as it should be.
Straight on the table. Snoop Dogg, infamous Crip. Everybody knows he's a Crip.
Yes.
You think, oh, he a gangbanger? Snoop Dogg don't live in the hood.
Sure don't.
He live in a gated mansion far away from the hood.
Far away.
Right? But he also doesn't portray that gang life anymore.
Right.
When you got, let's say, I just saw this crazy thing. I forget his name. The guy who's singing the song Whoopty. CJ?
Oh, the one that got 30 years or 35 years?
No, he's not in jail. No. That's the dude who sang Nene. Watch me whip. Watch me Nene. He going to jail.
Oh, yeah.
Sentenced already.
Clink, clink.
They're going to be whipping his ass. They got Whoopty. Bitch in my side. It's a movie.
Oh,
Isn't CJ?
Brooklyn.
Isn't he CJ? It's CJ.
No.
I'm going to my phone. I can't look at my phone. I'm pretty. Either way, he blew up, right? That song was big. That's my party song for the summer. Whenever something come on, I throw that.
Now he got me searching.
Right. So and this is just yesterday I found this out, like, because he really didn't do anything else after. I'm trying to figure out why.
His name is definitely CJ. You were
right.
correct.
Yeah. It come to find out, he signed some bad deals. He signed a deal with a record company, and then people started to call into question his gang affiliation and all that.
Oh.
And then they felt he was an industry plant after that, because it turns out his uncle is like a music exec.
Oh, sugar.
So they was like, yo, he not really living this. He not really doing this and all that. But I say that to say this, 90% of these rappers now are not living that life they're living.
Right.
Or rapping about. They're not.
Because majority of the people who can really deliver great lyrical content, it's hard for the industry to market them.
Right. Well, now.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure why.
Attention span.
Wow.
Attention span. No one's listening to the words. They hear the beat, and then the words slip in. And then the words are hypnotic. It's just you're saying the same thing over and over again. There's no content within what you're saying. It just goes along with the beat. That's how you learn the words now.
No, I get it, because that's I really never paid Sexy Red any mind, but Pound
Town Booty Hole Brown. This is stupidest line.
That I never really.
It's a stupid line, but you're gonna remember it,
right?
Because it's like, when I first heard, I'm like, there's no way she's gonna get famous, and then 10 minutes later, I'm like, she's gonna be mad famous, because I remember the time we're in. That's gonna sell. Our era, you wouldn't even be able to make a bootleg video with that. Because we grew up in an era where your music lyrics had to be top tier.
Right. And so when you're getting in the booth, is it about long lasting?
No, not anymore. Oh, right. No.
Or is it about, so that's why it's just, culturally, hip hop is still big no matter what.
Oh, it's never going to die. It's always going to involve something else.
Because the fact that Will Smith did that freestyle that he did a couple of months ago, I was like,
right.
Oh shit.
But in that same vein, his album flopped. Why? Not because it wasn't good. But
because currently the attention span.
Because he's a lyricist. As much as you don't want to, people don't admit it. Yeah, I'm not saying you.
No. That's what
he's a lyricist.
Yeah.
There's no room for lyricists right now. There's a small sect of us and some youngins.
Right.
That will, the lyricist got to be on point. But for the vast majority, it don't go. Like Kendrick Lamar, they're not like us. It's not popular because of what he's saying, except for a couple of lines.
Right. It's popular because
A minor, and a catchy hook, and who is aimed at?
Right, because he doesn't make music like that.
He doesn't make music like that.
That Not Like Us is really not his bag.
Real quick, time out. Can I take us down this weird rabbit hole that I created?
Oh God!
The other night when I was trying to sleep.
I'm scared.
Right? I created the only conspiracy theories. I was like, but it kind of feel right though. Okay. What if this whole beef with him and Drake was not legit?
No, it was legit.
No, I'm saying, hear me out.
I'm listening.
Okay, hear me out. All right. What if? Because they was at one point they was cool.
Yes.
I think Drake even took him on tour. I'm pretty sure, or something like that. Some of that. Right.
Drake is because him and Drake collaborated. Right. That's the reason I believe.
But hear me out.
Why he had like 2 hits.
This is a culmination of all of that, right? Because Kendrick Lamar, by all means, should have hit bigger a long time ago because he's a good lyricist and his rhymes are dope, right? But because of that, he's in this box, right? What if
To
this
get him out of the box.
Drake was like, listen, I'm at the top of the game, right? I'm always going to have people who mess with me. I'm not going to lose anybody if I lose to you. And he proved it because he came out with a song and it top of the charts. So what if we beef, right? You kill me and you create this catchy song that just skyrockets you and gets you the notification and the recognition that you really do deserve. And I'll fall on the sword. Like, think of it in the terms of wrestling.
No, I get it. And now I'm about to say something that's so black.
No, but I'm saying, but think of it in terms of wrestling. No, seriously, listen. All right, I think you know who John Cena is, right? Okay, obviously know who The Rock is.
Yeah.
You obviously know who The Rock is, right? John Cena wasn't as popular as John Cena was.
Right.
Until The Rock became his villain.
I get what you're saying.
Right? So what if this was like, listen, I'm going to just fall on the sword and take this. Because what did Drake lose?
Nothing. However,
I'm listening because I see Drake didn't lose anything and Kendrick gained a ton.
That's what I said. And now I'm about to say the blackest thing ever.
Okay.
Light skin ain't that nice.
I think we wanted to.
He is not going to offer that up. And I would go with your theory if J. Cole wasn't in the mix, because J. Cole wouldn't even be okay with a plot like that. Because remember, hold up.
I'm listening.
When Kendrick shot, he shot at J. Cole too.
Right.
J. Cole just decided, I'm going to say something. And then he said, you know what? Y'all two can have that.
Right. But just because he didn't get in it doesn't mean he not that he knew about it. He might not have known about it.
Nah.
It would have been even bigger if J. Cole got involved.
I could see, and I'm sorry to say
because
this, I like Drake, he eyed or whatever, but Drake pillow talks. He talks. For sure. So my thing is, even if it was planned to be that way, he definitely said something to J. Cole about it already.
I just feel like,
but somebody did tell J. Cole to step out of it. Like, yo, he did.
Because
I forget who it was, but it was somebody big in the industry that was just like, yo,
it's because
let them two
Drake would have got overshot. Like, he wouldn't have mattered in that beef.
Who?
Drake wouldn't have mattered in that beef. Between J. Cole and
absolutely.
Kendrick.
I agree.
You're not gonna
I agree.
It would have ruined
the
plan. It would have ruined it because we need Drake to fall so Kendrick can rise.
That's so unfortunate. Hip hop, y'all. Black culture.
Because, all right, if you don't believe me, right? Jay-Z described this whole thing on a song he did with Drake.
Which song is that?
Pound Cake. I'm
gonna listen.
Listen to Jay-Z's.
I have it.
Listen to Jay-Z's verse on that. He's talking about how on his rise and when he gets to a certain point, they're gonna try and distract you with all these rap beefs and all this stuff and all this.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Not Jay-Z out here being a prophet.
I'm just listen to Pound Cake. Listen to his verse. Yeah, I'm like, oh shit. But I think for all the Drake does take, because I do think he takes people's lyrics and their rap styles. But I think a lot of people do that too.
Yeah, they do.
I think he understands what real rap is, and I think he understands that Kendrick.
He knows that Kendrick
should be
real rap,
way more than what he is. I mean, even J. Cole should be higher. I don't think he's at a lower standard, but I think he should be higher than what he is.
I love J. Cole.
We don't call him J. Cole, right? We call him Jermaine. We give him respect in the whole name. We call him Jermaine Cole because that boy cold.
He is.
Right? Right? So if he was in that beef, no one cares what Drake says.
Very true. Okay.
Because it's not the lyricist versus the entertainer.
I get it.
It's the lyricist versus the lyricist. It's Ali versus Frazier.
No, I get it.
So you can't be in it because we need Drake to fall so Kendrick can rise.
All things black. But it shouldn't have to be like that.
It shouldn't have to be like that. It should be room for all of us. But no one's going to pay attention to the guy with something to say versus the guy with the catchy beat.
Music.
That's my crazy. I'm not saying it's true. But I was going to sleep like, what if this shit is... Oh my, it all matches.
Some Meek Mill's Twitter fingers.
It all matches. It all matches. I got me a cigarette. I was like, I'm just saying. It's not. It may not. I mean, it's far fetched,
but it's possible.
It's possible because look
possible.
At all the success Kendrick's had.
Trump is a president. Anything is possible.
Off of his goddamn.
Sorry.
Off of his one song that he just went to Toronto, and people are chanting, "Do this one song."
Yeah.
Not do Humble. Not do swimming pools. All these other great songs he got. Sing this one song about this guy we don't like.
So sad. Culture.
Right. It's crazy. I'm sorry. I went way off here, but
that's okay.
I had to get that out.
You had to get it out. That's okay. But again, like, you know, Black culture is definitely influential.
Right. So we can go from fashion. Definitely fashion. Women, and I'm talking about our Black women, how they do your hair, just how you look.
The versatility.
Versatility.
People wanting to have lips and big booties.
That's the craziest thing. I'll always refer to that. There was a period of time where, it was gross for women to have big lips. It was gross for women to have a big ass. Stuff that women of color, because it's not just Black women, but women of color, Spanish women, Black women, Indian women, they have these natural features. The ones who didn't have them, and not didn't, but not prominent, was like, that's gross. And as soon as y'all started, I don't mean you, but
I know,
started physically augmenting yourselves to match their narrative, they physically altered themselves to look like you.
Listen, I ain't going to buy nothing that I don't have yet when I know I'm going to get it by looking at my aunts.
Right. But you're a person of a strong mind.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't want no extra lips. I don't want no extra tits. Should sound like it make your back hurt.
From what I heard, it does. Can't relate. But look, they went and got lip fillers. Yeah. They went and got BBLs. They went and got the tummy tucks to get your natural hourglass. Curves, yeah. Braids are gross. So, look, I discovered this new hairstyle. Right? It's everything that they said was ugly about you. They made you think it was ugly.
And then rocked it.
So they could rock it and be like, oh, look what I've done. It's just, they hate us because they ain't us. Right?
And then I will, and I could bring up the argument because some people say, well, aren't you trying to be a white girl? You wear weaves and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I like looking like a different person every couple of weeks.
Right. Because
on my head only.
Because them personalities ain't the same person. They got different. What happened to Monday? You ever seen that?
Because that sometimes is the argument, like, oh, you're running around, but
that's also the assumption that Black women, and I'm saying this specifically to Black women, don't have straight long hair,
which is not true. Right.
It's like, that's 100% not true. And a lot of Black women wear the weaves, wear the wigs to protect their hair. You
cannot color and or curl your hair, your real hair, every day like the way you can do a weave.
You literally cook it.
If you did that to your real hair, it'd be fried, dyed, and not even laid to the side. It'd be on the floor because it would be falling out.
Right.
So the things that you can do with weave hair are not the things that you should do with your real hair.
Right, which is why I love this term. I know it's weird.
No,
but I love this term that y'all be saying when you take your hair out. Like, I can let my hair breathe. I for whatever reason, I love that term. It's like, yeah, let that hair get out there.
Those little small black things. Yeah. Let your hair breathe.
Let your hair breathe.
Take your breath. Lay up. What is it? Sweater puppets.
Sweater puppies.
Take the bra off. Let your sweater puppets loose.
Oh, that's my favorite moment when y'all get in the house. I'm free. I'm like, yes, free the titty.
Yeah.
Come here.
That's what I'm saying. Little small black phenomenons that people say like, once I take my bra off, I ain't going back outside.
The sayings that black people come up with is epic. I'm not saying that other cultures don't do it because, yogiisms exist. But you know what? When we was at East Harlem, we had a consensus that there was a shamikisms too.
Oh, God.
When we used to write them down. Right?
Listen.
So we are naturally funny and entertaining to ourselves.
Right.
Like, I can't tell you how many times I just be in here by myself laughing hard as hell at a joke I told me.
A little crazy.
But you just think like, get them jokes. Hey, listen, I just I got to send to somebody.
It is what it is. We are fun loving people. I just was talking about how when we first hear music play, we get the swinging side to side, then the snap come in, then the arms go out, then the two step come in. We some funny folks.
And then it all comes to an end. If it's one little hiccup in the song, you're like,
yeah,
man, I thought this journey was gonna be fire, man. Fire. Look, we don't even say fire.
We don't even say fire. We say fire.
Gonna be fire.
So it's gonna be fire. We're
happy people. We're happy people. We for the most part, we don't bother nobody. Again, we don't really bother nobody. There are people that do. I'm not gonna say that. And there are people amongst us who are extremely prejudiced. Not saying racist because racism is a social construct, a systematic thing. Prejudice, everybody prejudiced.
Honey.
The stereotypes I be saying in my ass off, I'm like, man, bro, that's crazy. Man, you need to go look in the mirror.
Yeah.
But everybody's prejudiced. Everybody says prejudice things. Now, don't make it right.
Right. Is it prejudice things or stereotypical things?
I think they run hand in hand.
Okay.
Hand in hand. I mean, because,
because all black people like chicken.
But chicken's good. I don't know nobody who don't like chicken except for vegans. And they're weird.
They're not weird. They're just hungry.
They're hungry because they're not eating chicken. All the vegans that are going to come at this. Thank God we don't have people like that follow us. I've tried vegan food before. It's called grass. Anyway, I'm just saying, like, yes, there's prejudice, there's stereotypes that we don't like. There's stereotypes I'm leaning into that one.
I might slide into that. Wait, what's one you might really lean into?
Come on now.
What's one?
Come on now. The stereotype, all black men. I'm like, nah, they right. They right. That we all.
Oh.
Now, it ain't true. It ain't true, but we ain't gonna be like, no, that's not true. You're gonna lean into that one.
Right.
Okay.
Like, I take that.
I guess. Oh. if I have to. All right.
Oh my goodness! Now I'm trying to think of a stereotype about all black women.
No, yeah, y'all's usually bad.
Yeah, I don't.
Y'all angry, y'all.
Oh yes, we're always angry.
Y'all always angry. Y'all always got an attitude.
We're always angry.
I
think I speak with passion, and so when you're not used to being amongst other people besides yourselves, when I speak, you think that I'm speaking with aggression, but I'm just speaking with passion.
No.
You'll know when I'm angry because I'm going to tell you right now.
The nostrils do this shit. That should be crazy.
The nostrils will flare and I become quiet.
Yeah. That's like me.
I'm quiet. I ain't saying nothing.
And that's people. I dealt with this my whole life. And it makes me madder in that moment. It's like, oh, you think I'm soft? I'm quiet because I'm about to hurt you.
Yeah.
And I'm scared of what I'm going to do.
Yeah. It has. And I think, I don't know why black women get pins with the angry thing.
Another black people saying, a hit dog gonna holler.
That's right.
I'm like,
wait, hold up. Here we go. God is good.
All the time.
And all the time.
God is good.
There you go.
Black as a berry.
Sweet as the juice.
That one's true. That's a good stereotype y'all lean into. That's y'all can lean into that one.
You said no, you can lean into
Yeah.
that. I don't know. Like it's so
They got this all black women can cook.
I can't cook, y'all.
That lie.
I can't cook, y'all.
She can cook. She don't want to cook.
I know. I want
now. Could she 7-course meal? Probably. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, not never.
I think she's. I think you're this is my wheelhouse of cooking, as opposed to.
I don't. Yeah, but all black women can't cook.
No.
Sorry, not sorry, y'all. I let the secret out.
Listen. That's why you're single. I'm kidding. There's plenty of
but I'm not gonna hold you. The last time I was hanging out, one of the first things that a guy had asked me, he was like, "You cook?"
Ew.
I was like, "Nope."
Ew.
Nope. And I really don't. So.
But you do. But
if you're looking for, if you're looking for somebody that's cooking every day, it ain't happening over here.
No,
I'm not. Oh,
I do the cooking.
She in the house slaving. She wiping the sweat.
First off, if you doing like that, I don't want you to like. Don't be dripping your sweat in my food, bro.
But you know what I mean.
What kind of root you trying to put on me, cuz?
It's just not happening. If I work and you work,
ain't nobody cooking every day.
Right. I'm not doing that.
Ain't nobody cooking every day.
Nobody.
I'm the type of guy I like to cook. That's that's my thing.
That's your passion, right? That's one of your passions.
I don't cook. Oh, okay.
See, you like to cook, and I like to eat.
Well, and then say that's true.
I'm just saying.
But cooking is my safe space, my respite. I can escape in that. I get excited when I get to cook.
Now,
so I'm okay with a woman not cooking. I don't
right. What do I make up for with not cooking? I will clean, do the laundry. I'll do everything else, but I just don't want to cook.
That's a fair deal.
I don't want to cook. Just don't want to cook.
Right.
But and so the stereotypes.
You know what's crazy? There's more women in my life who don't like to cook than do.
Right.
I'm like,
that is true.
Hold on, wait a minute.
It is.
When they make y'all? Nothing.
We the bad models.
Like nothing. Y'all Betamax.
What you mean, y'all?
But it's okay. Like I said, I like to cook, but I'm just sitting here and I was like, damn, most of you motherfuckers don't cook.
We don't.
God damn. Hey, can you make the you're doing? Came out here too. Wait a minute. I done bamboozled. Most of the niggas in my life cook too. Hold on.
Good for y'all.
Come here. I'll be back. That's crazy.
He's really pondering that.
Joan Cleaver, where's she?
He's still going to cook though.
I am, because I love cooking. I went to school for cooking. That's my cook. I literally get excited when I go food shopping, right? And they just a meal like I want to cook this meal, and I get everything and I take everything out, put it on the counter. I generally get happy like I'm about to.
Like the little girl in the meme.
Like seriously, because I'm about to take all of this and create. It's like it's art for me,
right?
It's culinary art. That's why I got into it.
And I get it, but
that's a weird tangent. Anyway,
it's okay. We black.
We black.
And if one thing black people like to do is
stereotype
tangents.
Black don't crack.
That is a stereotype.
We lean into it, and generally, I've seen it has been kind of true. Shout out to my mom. Her birthday was yesterday.
Was it?
Turned 72 yesterday.
His mom looks so good, you guys.
She looked good. 72 years old. June 13th is her birthday. Today's the 14th. But shout out, happy birthday, Mom.
She looks so good. She does.
She don't look 72.
Yeah.
I look 40.
So what? But when they say black don't crack, I don't think it necessarily means you don't necessarily look your age. I think it just means your youthfulness for the most part.
Right. You don't look your age. Like you are what? 44? 5, yes. 12, 13?
44, 12, 13.
Right. You don't look 44. Can 40. She don't look 40. Liz, 41. She look Vic.
Yeah.
Vic, 40. Yeah. He about to be 46, ain't he?
I don't know, 47. I don't know, but
that nigga old, but he don't look it. Right?
you know, and I think the times that we're living in now, somebody 40 or 50 when we were younger.
Oh, he was like, oh, that's
right, which
we
is
gonna
why we were like, oh, old people.
Right.
But that
It was like that.
But now that it doesn't apply like that anymore.
I mean, the standard of living is different, of course, but
Mhm.
I do think we're more health conscious. But look at Angela Bassett.
Baby.
She the new Cicely Tyson?
She looked damn good.
Is she still alive?
Who?
She died, right?
No, she died.
Okay.
You on point with that. You didn't put that in the earth, and then
I'm like,
now she's gonna be
I'm
dead
like, that
tomorrow.
killer?
No, you didn't. I think she was 98 or 99.
And look, 16.
She definitely, you know, Angela Bassett.
I listen. I'll die on this hill. I don't care. I think Angela Bassett looks better now than when she was doing like What's Love Got to Do with It.
Okay.
I was like, I see. I watched what's the other show? 911?
Mm-hmm.
She filling out that uniform.
It's fine. It's the fine like wine, you know. Aged wine is better, right? Looks a lot here. Yes, but
her husband?
Oh,
that nigga aging.
But again, the theory.
She's staying young because she's draining the shit out that nigga.
Vampire. But yes, the black don't crack theory is not always.
Black don't crack, but salt to kill you. That's how it should be.
And it will.
Yeah, your salt.
It will.
So yeah, he eating bananas like nigga. This shit is crazy.
Yeah, I don't fuck around. Yeah. But there's a lot of theories that we want to lean into as long as they're positive. The negative stuff,
I don't think nobody wants to lean into the negative stuff.
Right. You could keep that.
Right. But to say that black people love chicken, like, yeah, nigga, because everybody loves chicken.
Everybody does love chicken.
Black people love chicken and watermelon. Like Dave Chappelle said, if you don't like chicken and watermelon, something's wrong with you.
My son doesn't like watermelon.
There's nothing wrong with him.
He really does.
I know there's plenty of people don't like watermelon. I don't know why, but whatever.
Yeah, he just doesn't. But you know, remember they put things out there about certain things so that other people wouldn't be able to profit off of it. The watermelon thing was because that was the one thing that black people were selling, and so they turned the watermelon into a negative thing.
Not me, nigga.
I'ma still eat it.
Cold watermelon on a hot June day.
Really good watermelon, okay?
Good one. They come in that white truck that be cutting on the highway.
That's right.
Straight from Virginia.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Just saying.
If I had a hat, I'd Sweet Lily Bell.
Is it a straw hat?
I do declare. I love me some
See
watermelon.
how we just fell into them stereotypes just that fast?
Well, I tell you one stereotype, okra gross.
Oh, it is. You won't. However, I went to Tatiana's, the restaurant.
It's a black ass name.
It's a black ass owner too. His name is Kwame or Kwame. It's from Africa.
Not Kwame. Kwame.
Yeah, because you know Kwame could come out real quick because I'm like from New York and shit. But it's Kwame, and he I have to do it like that. And he did fried okra.
Yeah.
And he glazed it with some type of almond sauce, and I actually liked it.
Yeah, word.
But you will never catch me eating that slimy booger stuff.
You had to sneak that one on me. Hey, try this. What is this?
The fried one?
Yeah, you got this.
It was actually really good.
Second you say okra.
It was really good, but okra made the original way.
It's gross. It's gross.
You could keep that shit.
Right.
Like, no, for real.
For real.
I don't want it. But yeah, we like being black. And I'll stick to it. Black don't crack.
Keep talking.
No, why?
Keep talking. It's gonna check something. Keep talking.
Why I gotta keep going?
Keep talking. Okay.
We like being black.
All right. Anyway,
black
I had a very crazy thought just pop into my head. I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, so I can get a phone call any second. We're still recording though, so we're good. We're about to wrap it up anyway.
I was about to say because now we definitely have to.
We're about to wrap it up anyway.
But all things black, I just want to say, you know, Celebrate yourself.
Celebrate yourself. Celebrate your people.
Yes.
Big each other up. Let's get out of this crab and the barrel mentality.
Definitely.
We are bigger than what they say we are. There's no such thing as black on black crime. There's no such.
It's just crime.
It's just crime.
It's just crime.
And stop doing crime. I would like to say before we go, if you're going to be out there protesting, because there's a lot of protests going on,
please be safe.
Please be safe, because now the way these people are talking about we'll kill you, they're not joking.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that goes for every
race, every
race
everybody.
that's protesting. Please be careful.
We're in this more together than we're not.
Correct. Right.
So love each other. Be good. Be hood. Drink your Kool-Aid. I'm black, y'all. Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. I'm father. Say it to me. Say it right now. Catch you on the next one. Love you, man. I'm going to get up now and turn it off.
And turn it off.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to call in 2 seconds. Oh, I broke it. Oh, my ass.